Jessie Draper, the Valley Girl. Let's talk business. I'm like the Valley Girl. Zuberance is a social media marketing company that's powering millions of social recommendations by energizing authentic brand advocates. Rob Fuggetta is the founder and CEO, and he's also the author of Brand Advocates, Turning Enthusiastic Customers into a Powerful Marketing Force. Well, here we are with Rob from Zuberance. So how are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
It's really great to be here.
I'm so happy to have you here. Tell me, what does Zuberance do?
Well, we manage and power brand advocate programs for companies. So we help them find their advocates and sort of turn them into a marketing force.
So turn them into a marketing force. What is a brand advocate?
Well, let me ask you, what brands do you recommend?
What brands do I recommend
Do you
to
personally
people?
recommend, right?
I love Starbucks.
Okay.
And I recommend Starbucks to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about Starbucks. I love, Starbucks would probably be the one that I'm just gung-ho about.
Yeah. So now you tell your friends about
Being that
Starbucks.
I just said it 5 times in a row.
Right. Well, you're not unique. You are unique in some ways, but there are millions of brand advocates. In fact, research shows that about 60 million American consumers frequently recommend brands and products to their friends.
Wow.
And, the old name for this was word of mouth marketing.
Right,
And
right.
word of mouth used to happen over the water cooler at work. Today, word of mouth has moved online. So when you recommend something, you're probably going to recommend on Facebook. You might tweet out positive things. You might, pin it, blog it, post it, whatever. People's passion for brands now is very, very visible. It's on all of those places and more.
That's fantastic. You help brands, find those advocates.
That's right. Yeah, because if you ask most marketers, who are your brand advocates, they really don't know. They haven't really identified them. Now, they can see some people that are, positively tweeting about them or saying nice things about them on Facebook. But the first thing they need to find out is, who are their brand advocates? And so we help them find them. That's number one. And as soon as we find them, we give those advocates ways to recommend the brand and product in lots of interesting and fun ways.
That's great. So what would be one of those ways?
Well, ratings and reviews.
Okay.
So, very popular. People love rating and reviewing things. There are millions of ratings and reviews. Yelp alone has millions of reviews.
I love Yelp.
Don't you?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody really goes to a restaurant anymore or I've found everything from exterminators to restaurants to, all sorts of services on Yelp. And
it's especially great when you're traveling or you're just in an unfamiliar area. You just
Oh,
can
absolutely.
find anything.
Yeah, we were in Austin last week and we wanted to find out where we could find the best barbecue. Well, we went on Yelp and we asked Yelp. But,
did you find it?
We did. We
The
had
best barbecue?
It was pretty darn good.
So you would be a brand advocate for this barbecue?
I would. I really I would recommend it. But see, the thing is, let's take that restaurant in Austin that we went to. Now, that restaurant, what they really want to do is find people like me who had a great experience at their restaurant and then give me the tools to recommend them. Because you see, not all people will write a positive review on Yelp.
That's
in
true.
fact, a lot of times, I'll tell you the truth is that most people who are going to write something are angry. They're disgruntled. They've had a bad experience.
Right.
And so, they're the haters. They're going to get online and they're going to write negative things. But a lot of people are having really great experiences with brands and products, and they need a little help, a little encouragement to share that with their friends. And that's what Zuberance enables them to do.
I hate very little, but I hate haters.
Mm-hmm.
We should just hate the haters right now. That's what we should do.
We should be hating on them, you think?
Yeah, we should be hating on the
Hating on 'em?
haters.
Yeah.
We're hating on all you haters. You wrote a book.
I did.
How cool is that?
Well, let me tell you about the book because it's really, I think the book is sort of divided into two parts. And the first half of the book is inspiration. I'm obviously a apostle for advocacy. I really strongly believe in it. So the first half of the book, I try to inspire people and I share with them real stories. In fact, one of the advocates I write about is also a Starbucks advocate.
Oh.
And her name is, or she goes by the name Starbucks Melody. When Starbucks introduced their new logo, their updated logo, they invited only 3 consumers from across the country, and Starbucks Melody was one of them.
That's amazing.
And she talked about that was her Maslow's self-actualized moment.
Wow.
That was it for her, getting to meet Howard Schultz and being at that event. But not all brand advocates are that passionate. Many are just highly satisfied customers who, if you give the opportunity, they'll recommend. But they truly are a company's best salespeople and their best marketers.
That's great. So first you inspire.
Oh, I'm sorry. So the first half
And
is
then-
inspiration. Yeah. Second half is how to. So we get, really, really clear. How do you find advocates? How do you engage them? How do you activate them? What do you track? And I like to say that if you read this book tonight, you could go into the office tomorrow morning and you could start a brand advocate program. Now you're going to need some technology to help you with that, which is where Zuberance comes in, and some expertise. But it's hopefully that clear that you can read it on a flight from, say, San Francisco to Chicago. You get off the flight, you know about brand advocates, you know how to activate them.
That is fantastic. So everyone should read this book. Hey, I have a question. You're obviously a very creative person, creative entrepreneur. How do you brainstorm?
Well, usually a good bottle of wine can help. That's actually how I came up with the name Zuberance for the company. It was after a couple bottles of wine. But I think that I think one of the things is that, when people are trying to solve problems, a lot of times they have their blinders on. Sort of like, this is how we've always done it before. And so therefore we ought to apply that approach to this problem. And I think one of the best ways that you can inspire creativity is get people to take the blinders off. Like, just because we keep doing this a certain way doesn't mean we need to do it this time. And asking lots of questions and being open and not trying to do the same thing over and over again. I think all those things stimulate creativity.
You had one piece of entrepreneurial advice that you would give to an aspiring entrepreneur. What would you say?
I would say trust your instincts. During my career, I've come up with other ideas, and I haven't trusted my instincts enough, and I've let other people kind of dismantle the idea for me. And I wish I had stuck to listened to my gut, listened to my instincts before. If it feels right, it's right. And it doesn't matter so much what's on a spreadsheet or not. I mean, at some point it does, right?
Right.
But it has to start with something that feels right to you. And that's not an idea, that approach isn't the way we go about things in the West. We don't talk a lot about what feels right. We talk about, what's the business case, or what's the numbers, or what's the business plan. But if it doesn't feel right, it doesn't matter.
Okay, I have one last question for you. Mm-hmm. Do you believe in aliens?
I don't really believe in aliens, no.
You don't believe in aliens?
No.
Even I think about this all the time.
Yeah.
Even you don't even think there's fungi on another planet?
Well, let me put it this way. Do I think that there are people coming down to the Earth and scooping people up in spaceships and taking them away and probing them with weird things? I don't really believe in that, no.
I believe there's mini people out there.
You mean like small people?
Yeah,
or?
just mini people out there. Maybe some small people too, but mini, we can't see them, but they're people. But we can't see them. They can probably see us. Okay. But we can't see them.
All right.
You get it?
Have you talked to anybody about this, or?
So I have challenged Rob to a tennis ball bouncing contest. Are you ready? Because I think I could win. I think I'm going to beat you.
Bring it on.
Okay, let's go. Ready? Go.
I wonder if Federer does this.
Yeah.
Just to get ready before he whoops up on people. I actually saw Federer going to a yoga studio with his wife and also with Gwen Stefani.
What?
Yeah, down in Palm Desert.
I had a dream about Gwen Stefani last night.
You did?
Yeah.
Was she hitting a tennis ball?
No. We're building a cabin in the woods next to a lake. Me and Gwen Stefani.
Interesting. And were there little people in the dream? All right. Yes.
High five. That was awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like the Valley Girl.
And I'm like Rob Fuggetta.
Do you like Gangnam Style?
I wrote a blog post about that.
Did you really?
I did.
I gotta read that blog post.